Colleagues, so for those of you who have been following this Russian guy versus some Ghanaian ladies saga, you might have come across this lady in the videos. Who, apparently, she's the only lady who rejected the Russian guy. And as psychology students, you should know by now that we are interested in all forms of behavior, including this, and that is why did this lady stood her ground to reject this Russian guy? Now, to non-psychologists, they might already have concluded on why she did that. Probably our answer as psychology students may also fall within their reasoning. However, we are not just interested in throwing insinuations or running into hasty conclusion and all that. We are interested in applying our theories and principles learned in our field of study. Now, we've all seen the backlash against the ladies who actually fell for the guy, and that is a negative aspect. And usually, as psychologists in the making, we normally focus on the negative, just like any other field of science or research. But today, we are going to focus on the positive. But someone may ask, so why do you focus on the negatives? The answer is simple. We focus on the negative so that we find solution to bring about development. Today, we are going to focus on the positive, and that is on this lady, why she was able to escape this humiliation. Now, you might have heard on the other ladies on why they fell for it. They are desperate to travel abroad, desperate to be with a white man. They have this white saviorism syndrome or white savior syndrome. The African society have made them believe and concepted that anything white is good. Nothing bad can come from white. So why didn't this lady fall? Now we are going to, as psychologists, we are not just going to say, okay, she didn't fall because of this and that. Rather, we are going to use this to practicalize what we have learned or what we are learning or what we are about to learn. So there is a topic in psychology known as motivation. Now, what is motivation? Motivation is the underlying course of our behavior, is the underlying course of our behavior, and it rests on what we call drive. When a drive is motivated, then we exhibit a behavior. And motivation, we said, it is the underlying course of our behavior, why we do the things we do, right? And it rests on what we call drive. So we all have drives. They are being motivated and then we act upon it. So we have the motivation to eat, we have the motivation to sleep, we have the motivation to go to work, we have motivation to talk, we have the motivation not to talk. That's lack of motivation, right? One of the theories that explains this lady's behavior for not acting like the other ladies rests on this principle of motivation, which says that a satisfied drive does not motivate. Pay attention. A satisfied drive does not motivate. So what are we trying to say? We are trying to say that if you have the urge, the drive to do something and you accomplish it, it doesn't motivate you. Now, close your eyes and visualize being on the desert for days. The sun is scorching, no food anywhere. You have been thirsty for a very long time. And all of a sudden, someone appeared with a bottle of water like this size, selling for $10. Now, convert that to your currency. How much would that be? Now, because you have been thirsty for a very long time, if you have that $10, you are going to buy that water. Do you understand? Because at that time, your drive is high, so you'll be motivated to drink the water. Now, after taking this bottle of water and the drive, okay, the libido of thirst has been satisfied. Now, if someone brings the same bottle of water and tells you that he's selling for $10, would you buy? The answer is no. Why? Because your drive has already been satisfied. Now let's apply this theory to this lady's scenario. It will then appear that this lady, whatever the other ladies were running after, or most of the things they were running after in their minds, she might have been already exposed to such cravings. Now, sometimes when you have uncontrollable drive or desire, it even blocks your sense of reasoning. You could tell from the videos of the other ladies that they weren't even thinking. The man was mentioning Russia. The man was mentioning Russia. And you know now, Russia is a war zone. They weren't even thinking about that. But because it's white and they have this long-standing, uncontrolled drive, white supremacy, white savior syndrome. For me, my take home is that I'll give myself as much exposure as I can afford. And I'll do the same for my younger ones and my kids. You're going to have the culture shock of your life if one day you enter the land of the white man, where you are going to be exposed to the fact that some of these people you hail and all that, they are just in the movies. Now, can you tell us about your own takeaway with respect to this principle that a satisfied drive does not motivate?